Greetings, Earthlings! Welcome back to Moving Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. This is the podcast where we watch Muppets from Space 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Ryan Rowe,
I'm your other host, Anthony Strand.
and this week we have a special return guest back with us on the podcast. Guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Marisa. I'm the parenting editor at Good Housekeeping, and I also write about movies and pop culture at sportsalcohol.com.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And today you're here with us to talk about minutes 21 and 22 of Muppets from Space, in which Gonzo builds a jacuzzi and throws a party. So we pick up here with Rizzo and Pepe helping Gonzo get off the lawnmower after his sort of crazed late night mowing of the lawn so he can make a message for the aliens. Rizzo says, poor guy, he's hallucinating, getting weird messages, hearing things, you know? And as he says this, there's a very quick shot of Rizzo's hand reaching for the key to the lawnmower and turning it. And I have to wonder if this is one of those things that's much more complicated than we might think it would be. I seem to remember in Muppet Christmas Carol, there's that shot of Kermit turning a key, and Brian Henson had said that it was one of the most complicated shots in the movie, just because it's hard to get a non-live hand Muppet to turn a key.
That's so interesting. I never thought about that. And I also think that the combination of characters is like a little interesting this time because you're so used to seeing Rizzo and Gonzo as like a pair, and now it's Rizzo and
Yeah,
Pepe, and they're like not really that nice to Gonzo, at least like
that's
in
true.
my 2 minutes.
Right. Well, this is it's funny because this is kind of the start of like the Pepe and Rizzo trickster team,
Right.
but it's basically just this letters to Santa a little bit, and then the sitcom, the 2015 sitcom,
Yes.
where it's Gonzo, Rizzo, and Pepe are the writing staff on Up Late with Miss Piggy. But that's kind of it, and they're great here together. I think.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they're so much fun.
Yeah, they make a good team. Like, because yeah, we've been seeing Gonzo and Rizzo as a team of, they're buddies and they play off each other. But yeah, now,
Yeah, and they're always like working together cooperatively, and now
right.
it's kind of like one versus the other.
Yeah, now we're
Yeah.
getting Rizzo and Pepe sort of antagonizing Gonzo, but he doesn't realize it yet. So,
Well, I mean, obviously, like money is not an object in this world. But this does
yeah.
not look like a cheap party. Like they have tricked him into throwing this expensive party.
I had that in my notes. We'll get to that. Pepe says he
Oh,
continues
wait,
this
wait,
this line of
Ryan.
thought. Oh yeah.
One more thing about the insert shot of Rizzo turning the key.
Yeah.
They could easily have just not done that. They could have just like
Oh
had
yeah.
Rizzo reach for it and then we hear the mower shut off.
Yeah, or just hear the click off screen.
Yeah, and that would have
Yeah.
been fine.
Yeah.
So to go to all the trouble of like having his little hand turn. I don't
Yeah,
know.
this is
It's
what
nice.
they
It's a nice
do.
touch. Yeah.
Yeah. They rarely do things the easiest way. But yeah, Pepe continues this line of thinking and says, listens to voices and does what they say. And then he says something that I could not understand. I meant to put in the DVD and see if the subtitles picked it up, but it sounds like "Oh Georges," but I don't think that's right. But Pepe exclaims something. Did either of you pick up on what that is?
Mm-mm.
I didn't really remember.
All right. Well, if anyone out there listening knows what Pepe says in this moment, please let us know. And then he says, I think I've got an idea. He laughs mischievously, and Rizzo says, you're scary, as they carry Gonzo away. Any other thoughts on this little scene before we
So
move on?
well, I'm looking at a transcript, and the
Mm.
transcript, this is just a transcript on a wiki, so I don't know. But this says he listens to voices and does what they say. Hold your horseshoes, huh?
Hold your
Hold your
Hold
horses.
your
horseshoes.
horseshoes. Yeah,
Could be.
I feel like he has like a
yeah, I'm
lot
not
of
sure.
funny expressions, like later in the clip where he talks about the donkey.
Yes. Um, yeah, well, I mean, a transcript on the internet probably just means somebody was watching it and writing down what they thought they heard, right?
Or what the subtitles say.
Could be,
You
okay.
know,
Hold your
I don't
horseshoes. All
know.
right, so yeah, unless we hear a better answer, I guess that's our number one theory. So yes, then we go back to Covenant, where Singer says to Bobo as Rentro, Okay, I have to call left. Then he hesitates and says, wait, careful. Bobo repeats, careful. Singer says, baby steps, and Bobo repeats, baby steps. Now, this will remind some viewers of that same phrase, baby steps, being used repeatedly in the movie What About Bob, which
Right.
was directed by Frank Oz, who performed in this movie.
That movie makes me so uncomfortable. I really can't really watch What About Bob?
Yeah, I think
That's
that's kind of
reasonable.
a
Yeah.
common reaction to that movie.
Even like there are other movies that I call it like the What About Bob template, like The Cable
The
Guy.
cable guy, yep, is right up there. Some
Sure.
people just can't.
It
Yeah.
just makes me so uncomfortable. Yeah. So I guess that makes sense then, because I didn't really love this section of the clip because I don't think they really like found what the joke is. It's just kind of Bobo repeating. But maybe I was just responding to the innate what about Bobness of it.
Sure. And did you see it at a young age?
I did, and I just it's like that style of humor just like gets under my skin.
No, that makes sense. And it's
Yeah.
well, and it's one of those movies that is rated PG.
Oh
It's
yeah.
so like people
That's
showed it
like
to
it
their
gets
kids,
kind
I
of
think, a
violent at the
lot, like
end,
our
right? Like
age.
don't they like blow
Yeah.
something up? They blow each other
Oh
up.
yeah. Yeah, my whole family definitely went to see it in the theater when it came out, and that's yeah,
Yeah,
we
and
were
you're
kids.
like you're 9 or whatever, right? When What
Yeah.
About Bob came out?
Yeah, which means my sister was
Like
3.
4? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty young, yeah, for that movie. I mean,
And but then you
it's
think like, oh, it's Bill Murray, he's fine.
right, and it's an early
Yeah.
90s PG, so that would definitely be PG-13 today.
But there
Definitely.
was PG-13 then at that time.
Well, I mean that rating existed, but the standards were different.
Yeah, I guess so. I
Yeah,
guess so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I will say I recently, or not that recently, but a while back, I bought a DVD of What About Bob from a thrift store. And when I went up to pay for it, the lady behind the counter said, "Oh, I see you baby stepped your way over here to buy this DVD."
That did not happen.
It did
Really?
happen. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's great. I love that.
But yeah, Marissa, you're right, because there's really not a punchline at the end of the scene because
Yeah,
it
I
just
don't think they found what's
continues.
funny about it.
Yeah, it just continues with Bobo repeating what Jeffrey Tambor says. Singer says we need more evidence. Bobo says evidence. Singer says remember we're just watching. Bobo says watching, waiting. Bobo says waiting, and then that's it. There's no. It feels like the obvious thing would have been for him to say something mundane like I'm gonna go get a candy bar or I'm gonna go get some coffee, and Bobo repeats like coffee. Like, but there's just
Yeah,
nothing.
there's like no
There's no
heightened,
punchline.
there's no like building on it.
Yeah, then we move on to the next thing, which is back in the Muppet house. Gonzo is sleeping still. He's still singed from his lightning strike experience. And then he hears an eerie voice off screen saying, "Build it, and we will come." Gonzo says, "Build what?" And the camera pans over to reveal that it's Pepe's voice. And he's speaking through the moving blades of a fan to make his
Classic.
voice sound distorted. Yes, we all did this as kids, right? Or maybe even as adults.
Yeah,
Like,
I was
definitely.
it's gonna say it's still fun. I can
yeah,
confirm. Yeah.
yeah. But when you're a kid and you first discover it, it's like, yeah, it's so it's so fun and exciting to do this. Because this is a movie, the fan has little ribbons tied to it, so we can see the ribbons moving and understand that it's a fan that's blowing.
Hmm.
I've heard directors kind of complain that this is like, I guess studio executives require them to do this. Like, we're the audience is smart enough to understand that if there's a fan, it's probably blowing, and especially in this case, we can see the blades moving. But yeah, they just assume that we're as stupid as we could possibly be. I will say though, I think it's finally starting to change because I recently saw One Battle After Another, which is in theaters as we record this, and there is a scene with an air conditioning vent where there were no ribbons, which I actually noticed specifically. Like, oh, they let them show an air conditioning vent without ribbons taped to it to show that it's blowing.
That's how you know Paul Thomas Anderson is like really at the point in his career where he can do anything.
Right, he has that clout. Yeah,
There's no ribbons
you
on
just
the
say
air
no
conditioner.
ribbons. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never gonna be able to look at a fan in a movie again without looking to see if it has ribbons.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, the one specifically that I remember the a director complaining was Kevin Smith in the DVD commentary for Dogma, which that again was a an air conditioner. But there's a scene where I think Jason Lee's character turns on an air conditioner and there's ribbons taped to it, even though it's very clear that it's blowing on him and he's reacting to the air blowing on him. So that's just what they do.
Huh.
Pepe continues, build a jacuzzi and we will come, okay?
And the specific way that Pepe says jacuzzi is so funny to me.
Yes.
Build what?
Build a jacuzzi and we will come, okay?
I
It's
also
Yes.
a
like, yeah, they could ask for anything, and what they want most is a jacuzzi.
right.
I mean, yeah, why not? So the word jacuzzi is one of these words that is actually a brand name, but it's often used generically, but it is still, a registered trademark or I assume a registered trademark. Most people use it the way Pepe is using it here to just kind of generically refer to all hot tubs. But there is a jacuzzi company that just makes, hot tubs and swimming pools and stuff like that.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
you
Gonzo
can.
does call it the spa.
Right, which is
That's
that's
true.
yeah, the jacuzzi legal team would probably prefer that you call it a spa, like a more generic term, or a
Although
hot
that's one
tub.
of those things where I feel like, isn't it free advertising? Like but I guess if people
Um,
don't even know that's the name of your
yeah,
product, I don't
and
know.
especially because it's seen as something desirable in this movie.
Yeah, right, right.
So maybe maybe they didn't care. But the other thing here is build it and we will come is almost certainly an intentional reference to the movie Field of Dreams from 1989, starring Kevin Costner. In that movie, Kevin Costner's character is a farmer, also a guy who loves baseball. And one day he starts hearing this ghostly whispering voice saying, "If you build it, he will come." So he builds a baseball diamond in the cornfield of his farm. And I won't spoil the movie for those who haven't seen it to know who the he refers to. But this is one of those movie quotes that's often quoted incorrectly. People constantly say, if you build it, they will come. But that's not it. It's if you build it, he will come. So listeners, if the next time you hear somebody say, if you build it, they will come, correct them.
Is it Burt Lancaster? Is it James Earl Jones? Is it Timothy Busfield? I
Hmm.
don't know. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it and
Yeah.
find out who he is.
Who is he? Yeah. It's also like in this is just one of those things. In Jaws, the quote is not "We're gonna need a bigger boat." It's "You're gonna need a bigger boat." So,
Does that kind of like a Mandela effect where everyone just really
some people would say
Yeah,
so. Yeah, because I'm sure there are
yeah,
people who swear that it's "If you build it, they will come." Like they came from another universe where that was the line, or yeah,
yeah.
or it
I know.
was.
I know. When I was a kid, that Humphrey Bogart said, "Play it again, Sam." I know he. When I saw that movie in the theater in 1943, I know
I
Yeah.
he
also think,
did.
yeah, like Luke, I am your father is like not really the line.
He never
Right.
actually says those words. Yeah, he says, "No, I am your father," in response to what Luke just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, that's interesting because I, a theory that I've seen is that people of a certain age think that it's Luke, I am your father because of a scene in Tommy Boy where Chris
Where he's
Farley
talking to a
is
fan.
is doing what? Yeah, he's speaking into a fan to make his voice sound like Darth Vader, and he says, "Luke, I am your father." So everything's
Yeah.
connected.
So it is a famous movie quote. It's from Tommy
It's
Boy.
from Tommy Boy.
It's
There you
from the
go.
same. It's from. It's. We all remember when Luke Skywalker said, "Holy shnikes."
Oh man, there were so many guys in junior high who just went around repeating that all the time.
Yeah, that's a
When that
personality that
when
you
that
have
movie came out.
is
Oh, your personality is repeating Holy Shnikes.
repeating the lines from Tommy Boy. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that makes you interesting. Yeah.
That and every line from that Adam Sandler CD. They're all gonna laugh at you.
Oh, right. Of course. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, meanwhile, in this movie, Pepe is telling Gonzo to build a jacuzzi. Gonzo gets up and walks away, still half asleep. He has his arms extended in that like traditional cartoon sleepwalking pose.
Mhm.
Which
That's a
my
fun
daughter,
touch.
she like sleepwalks sometimes, and yeah, it's like the arms aren't out and her eyes are open, and it's like very creepy.
Is
Oh,
that
well,
right? Wow.
wow. So she's really sleepwalking.
She's really sleepwalking, and like you can ask her a question and she'll mumble back at you, and
Oh,
like figuring out that she's not really talking is like the only way I can figure out that she's asleep.
yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird.
It was like it'd be much easier if she had the arms out.
Right,
Well,
sure.
right, yeah, I guess in real life people don't do that, but then I don't know why that became like
Like the
the
shorthand.
indicator. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Huh.
I don't know. It's like a Frankenstein or mummy walk, right?
Yeah,
Like
like
I
a
think that's
zombie thing
why.
too. I
Oh,
feel like I
Yeah,
can't think of what movie scenes have a zombie with their arms out.
right,
yeah, but it's like you're not in control of your own brain or your own body. Hmm.
right.
So Rizzo congratulates Pepe on his idea, and then we move ahead again to some unspecified time, in the future, some amount of time has passed, and it's another night at the Muppet House. Gonzo is throwing a party in the backyard.
Say what you want about this movie, but it does not waste time.
That's
Like
true.
we dissolve immediately to the jacuzzi party after they set up the
Oh
idea.
yeah, yeah, it's very
You
quick.
know?
And remind me, this is the second shortest Muppet movie.
Well, it depends. It's either the shortest or the second shortest because the this movie is 87 minutes long. The theatrical Christmas Carol is 86, but Christmas
Oh,
Carol with When Love Is Gone is 89, which is how we
okay,
covered it on this podcast.
yeah, yeah, okay.
So,
So. Huh. Yeah, it's funny. Christmas Carol doesn't seem, I don't know, it feels longer than this somehow.
Yeah, definitely.
it's it's more substantial, I think.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
kind of takes its time.
right. There are more
Right,
scenes that take their time. Yeah.
right. And of course we know that Marissa would prefer it to be 25 minutes and
I
starring
know
Scrooge
exactly,
McDuck.
right? The Mickey
So,
Christmas Carol.
So we see a penguin holding a tray of hors d'oeuvres. Gonzo says, put a little more paprika on those, okay? I can't really make out what this item is, but it looks
no,
like,
I was trying to figure that out too.
yeah, maybe some kind of like pureed fish, and they have little olives on top with toothpicks.
And
I don't
also
know.
Yeah.
Gonzo's costume in this is amazing. He has this like
Yeah.
jacket that is incredible.
Can you describe for the listeners the jacket?
Um, I don't know if you watched I Think You Should Leave, but it seems like something you could buy at Dan Flash's. Like it has like this incredibly
It totally
complicated
does.
pattern.
It totally does seem like a Dan Flash's
And it's
outfit.
like a neon color.
Yeah, yeah, he got dressed up for this occasion. Um, and then he's carrying some other hors d'oeuvres that have shrimp. There's the shrimp on the tray that Gonzo's carrying, which makes me wonder, did his experience with the cosmic fish make him think, oh, okay, these aliens like fish, so I should serve them seafood dishes?
I mean, possibly, but also it's one of his friends is a king prawn.
Yeah, that's
So
weird.
that's weird.
I assume Pepe's not eating any of these shrimp. Although, as I'm sure a listener would point out if I did mention it, Pepe went on to later do commercials for Long John Silver's, so he might not care. You know who else is at this party? Scooter.
Sure is.
Yeah, it's nice to see him.
He has like a funny lampshade hat on with little like tassel balls all
Yeah,
around it.
it's like a sombrero with little dangly things, which I wonder if that could possibly be something left over from the cabin fever number in Muppet Treasure Island.
Oh, that's very likely.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And then there it is, the jacuzzi. We see Rizzo go from sitting on the edge of it to jumping in and making a splash, which is, I never noticed that before, but yet again, this probably took some time to figure out how they were going to do this and to time it right. Because there's no water in there, but so there's like a puppeteer or a stagehand underneath, just like tossing water up in the air to make it look like he's making a splash.
Right. Well, and it's just Pepe, Rizzo, and Clifford
Yes.
in the
Lots
in
of
the hot tub.
Muppets Tonight Muppets in this
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
that's true. Yeah, because we're gonna see a couple more in a second. But it's like not that big of a jacuzzi for like this. He has so many people at this party.
Right. Not a lot of them are actually, yeah, taking advantage of the jacuzzi, which was the whole
Right.
point in the first
And
place.
it's
Yeah.
like that's not something you just are gonna hop into for 5 minutes. You got to get a swimsuit on.
Yeah.
Like it's not like come sit on my patio or whatever.
Right. Well, yeah, but that seems
Mhm.
to be what most people are doing.
Yeah.
Rizzo is wearing a life jacket, which is, we in Treasure Island we learned that he's kind of a coward about like he's not very adventurous about going on the water, so I guess it tracks that he would want to wear a life suit in the jacuzzi. I mean, a life jacket.
And they're holding little tiki mugs, right?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are I like the little Muppet-sized tiki mugs.
So yeah, like the theme of this party is ambiguous because they have like the
Yeah.
tiki mugs, like the orders are kind of like mid-century, but there's also the sombrero and the pom-poms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
speaking of the tiki mugs, I like that after Rizzo jumps in and puts his head underwater, then he and Pepe like cheers with the tiki
Oh,
mugs.
I didn't notice. That's fun.
Yeah, right after their lines to each other, they slam mugs.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
buddies. They're having a great
Hmm.
time in the jacuzzi that they exploited their friend. They tricked their friend into building.
That's true. Like you were
Right.
saying, not that many people were in the jacuzzi, but like they were the only two that really like masterminded it. So not everyone else maybe thought that that was the main draw of the party.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. That was their priority at this party.
Mhm.
So Rizzo says he built it. Pepe says, and we came. And then they laugh. I was wondering, where did Gonzo get the money to build it? We kind of touched on this earlier, but like jacuzzis are not cheap. So is this from
Well,
his, we heard earlier that he was performing or supposed to be performing at a bar mitzvah, but I guess he has money from performing whatever version of that he does in this movie.
From like being shot out of a cannon.
right. We
Yeah.
know it's that. We know it's shot out of a cannon, at least in part.
Yeah.
Maybe he also still owns a plumbing business. We don't know.
He
There's nothing in the
might.
rule book that says he doesn't.
Yeah, I
But I
mean,
feel
we
like
see.
they all have like a million roommates in this house, so the rent is probably not that high.
That's true.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, he could save money that way. Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of possibilities.
Every penguin pays the same amount in rent as Gonzo does.
Oh wow, but the penguins, we didn't see their room, right? They probably all live in the same room.
Yeah, probably.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so is it per occupant or per bedroom?
And we should write Kirk Thatcher a letter and ask him.
I don't know, or Joey Mazzarino.
Yeah, or Tim Hill.
Yes, let's write Tim Hill a letter.
Hmm.
I noticed at one point Clifford can be seen in the background talking on his phone. So I was just wondering if he's talking to Doris, Roberta, or Shanae in that
He,
moment.
he maybe we'll never know. Any of the three.
Yeah, we'll never know.
He's talking
Uh,
to Rose, Sophia, Dorothy. We don't know.
oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
could
why not?
be. Oh, so next, Gonzo announces to everyone, remember, I built this new jacuzzi for my alien family, so please no eating in the spa. And we see that the Swedish chef is, in fact, preparing food. He's manning a grill, just like kind of tossing food around. Uh, this is when Rizzo says to Pepe, we got to tell him the truth, Pepe. And then Pepe says another line from this movie that most people who have seen the movie remember, which is, you tell him, and I will smack you. I will smack you like a bad, bad donkey, okay? Thoughts on this line?
When I was 14, I thought it was hilarious. My friend Jason and I used to say it to each other all the time in high school.
You would tell each other that you were going to smack each other like bad, bad
Yeah,
donkeys.
right.
Okay.
And now I don't know. I'm not so crazy about it, but I'm not also like, how dare they? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's whatever.
It's
Where
whatever.
did it come from? Like, whose mind did that spring out of?
Yeah,
It's a
I
good
don't
question.
know. And my reaction, I think the first time I saw this was just like, that's weird. That seems like it maybe doesn't really fit in a Muppet movie. Although I guess Pepe being a newer character, we've talked about this, he can kind of get away with stuff that other characters can't. Like I can't think of an older established character who could say, I will spank you like a bad, bad donkey.
That's
And
true.
it would seem normal.
Yeah, I guess not. Maybe Big Tiny Tall Saddle.
Does he have this kind of attitude?
He's just he. Do you remember that episode, the Johnny Cash episode?
He's the like the radio host in the Johnny
He's the
Cash episode
he's
of the
the
Muppet
radio
Show.
station manager in the Johnny Cash episode, and he
Okay.
hates Kermit, and he's very antagonistic, and he I don't know, it's like it's a country station called WHOG, so there's a lot of like barnyard animal based puns in that episode.
Yeah.
So I could see Big Tiny Tall Saddle being like, "Frog, if you don't let me perform, I'll spank you like a bad donkey." Jerry
Okay.
Nelson. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there because there's probably some other one-shot characters who are more antagonistic and
Right.
sassier who might get away with saying this line.
Yeah. Also, I'm just obsessed with Big Tiny Tall Saddle.
Sure, why not? I'm
I love
obsessed
him.
with Banana Nose Maldonado.
There you go. Our special boys.
Um, I asked some of our Tough Pigs team if anybody had any opinions on this line. Our friend Joe said, I can't say I have a strong opinion, but I do not care for that joke. Maybe it's because it sounds vaguely dirty, like he's spanking a donkey who's been naughty, and I don't like the way this thought process is going, so I'm just going to stop thinking about it. And then our friend Beth said that she always heard doggy, which is interesting. That's a different take. I'll spank you like a bad doggy. She said, like the old trope of smacking a dog with a rolled up newspaper. Not that that's better, but it would be non-sexual. So
That's true.
there you go. Um, and obviously, listeners, tell us what you think of Pepe spanking Rizzo like a bad donkey. So who else is at this party? Johnny Fiamma and Sal. They're at this party.
Yay.
Do you have Johnny and Sal thoughts, Marissa?
Well, I'm Italian American, and what I've learned from like my family is that Italian Americans love Italian American characters, even if they are like the most stereotypical ever.
Sure, which Johnny certainly is.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, he's basically one of my uncles.
Sure,
Oh,
awesome.
that's wow, great.
Love
Uh,
that. Uh, I was gonna say it's easy to forget just how important those guys were on Muppets Tonight.
they really were. Yeah.
Like, like I was looking in out of 21 episodes that are not the clip show, five of them, 5 out of 21, have Johnny and or Sal as main characters in the backstage plot,
Sure. Yeah, that
which
sounds
is
right.
Tony Bennett episode is all about them,
Yeah.
right? Johnny's obsessed with Tony Bennett, of course, because he's
Yeah,
Yes.
Italian
makes
American.
sense.
Yeah.
And then Martin Short, Johnny Fiamma's Ma's sauce makes Martin Short fat,
Hmm.
turns him into a Jiminy Glick of sorts. Artist formerly known as Prince, Sal is doing bonology on Kermit.
Oh, yeah.
Andy McDowell, Johnny changes Bunson's look. He makes him into a Johnny Fiamma Bunsen.
Yes.
And then the last episode of Muppets Tonight is entitled Johnny Fiamma Leaves Home
Right.
because they were like so all in on Johnny Fiamma as like the hot new character find.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's the only episode of any Muppet series, like the Muppet Show gang, that has the character's name in the title, I think.
Oh, that's an interesting point because most of them are just the name of the guest star,
Right. And like all the episodes of the 2015 show are just called like
like regular sitcom title. Like a lot of them are
Hostile
puns.
Makeover or
Yeah,
whatever.
a lot
Yeah.
of them are wordplay.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. And by the end of Muppets Tonight, they were sort of experimenting with like not having one guest star, or there's the cameo show, which has a bunch of different celebrities just show up for a scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Fiamma leaves home. I love these characters. We mentioned a while back that listener Greg requested that we give a little bit more context for the Muppets Tonight characters in this movie. Um, so yeah, I mean, on the show on Muppets Tonight, Johnny Fiamma is an old-fashioned crooner like Frank Sinatra or Tony Bennett, of course. Sal is his extremely devoted right-hand man or monkey or whatever he is, a chimp maybe. And they really haven't been seen, like very rarely have they been seen since the end of Muppets Tonight, which I think is probably mostly because Brian Henson kind of hasn't been working with the Muppets since the Hensons sold the Muppets to Disney.
Right. Although they're in Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, they are briefly. That was
Yeah.
great to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's too bad because I just think they're one of the great Muppet comedy duos.
I
I
agree.
think, yeah, the two of them just play really well off each other. And also it kind of follows a few different Muppet traditions of Johnny Fiama being kind of a show business type, the way that Fozzie is a show business type of like a schlocky comedian, and Gonzo is a show business type of a weird performance artist. And then, it's the Muppets, so why not make his sidekick a talking animal?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I like Johnny Fiamma and Sal, and I think they should be in more stuff.
Right. Although having said all that, and I agree with you, their bit in this movie is kind of nothing. Like it's not really that funny.
No, it's not that funny,
No, it's just like a vibes play.
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
it's just nice to see them.
right.
Yeah,
I'm glad they're
they're
here. I'm glad
funny.
this didn't get cut. I was gonna say, because what happens is, Johnny Fiamma points out to Sal that there are no cannolis at this party. A cannoli is an Italian pastry, familiar to anyone who's ever seen The Godfather, I imagine. Sal says, "Yeah, but try this cake. This is a beauty." And he's holding a large slice of cake from the cake that Gonzo has presumably, I don't know. I guess maybe Gonzo baked this cake himself. Maybe he ordered it. Maybe he had the Swedish chef make it. But yes, you can see that Sal has already been eating the cake. That's when Gonzo approaches the table and says, "Go easy on the buffet, fellas. And then he sees that the cake has been cut, and he says, 'Who cut the cake? Who cut the cake? Who cut it?'" To which Johnny and Sal both react by feigning shock. Johnny says, "I don't believe that." Sal says, "Who cut this cake?" while still holding the slice of cake in his hands.
And with chocolate on his mouth.
Yes, with chocolate on it. Yeah, a very kind of little kid reaction. Like I feel like I've seen on America's Funniest Home Videos or somewhere like why is there hair in this ink? Who was cutting their hair? And then the video pans to a little kid who's has like missing locks of hair all over his head. Like I don't know. Um,
Right. Well,
but
and Marissa mentioned, I think you should leave. It also feels like we're all trying to find the guy who
Yeah.
did this.
oh
Tim Robinson in the
yeah.
hot dog costume, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Uh-huh.
Are you watching The Chair Company?
No, is it good?
I think it's good. Tim Robinson is all an acquired taste. I think everyone
I would say
understands.
that he's in the same umbrella as what about Bob?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
I think you should be like it's tolerable because the episodes are short, but if they continued on longer than that, I think I would want to crawl
Right.
through the hole.
Yeah, that's why I haven't seen Friendship, I think, his
I
movie.
did, and I like cringed through the whole thing. I wanted to like sink into my seat.
Yeah, I worry that would be my reaction.
Yeah.
Although I like Detroiters, so I don't know.
yeah. I still haven't watched Detroiters, but I would say so as we record this, two episodes of The Chair Company have aired. I think it is actually more like it works better than Friendship, the movie that he was in and worked on. Yeah, and that might be why, because Friendship had to be a feature-length film, and each episode of The Chair Company can just be half an hour and then it's done.
And then you get relief.
Yeah,
Sure.
right. But yeah, I recommend it. Um, and then yeah, Gonzo is just exasperated by what's happening, and that's where this clip ends. So, will he ever find out who cut the cake? You'll have to stay tuned until next week, I guess, and see what happens,
Or go watch Muppets from Space.
or go watch Muppets from Space. So. Anything else from these 2 minutes? Marissa, starting with you.
Um, no, I just like I really do like seeing Pepe and Rizzo kind of like team up for nefarious purposes. I feel bad for poor Gonzo.
Yeah, yeah. Have you seen Muppets Haunted Mansion?
Yes. Yeah,
That's
actually, like we watched that when my daughter was little and she could not handle it. She like dipped out of it very.
it does get kind of scary, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, I just thought that the mix of like humor and scares like that that's like in the ride too, but she like couldn't see the humor in it.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, I could see that. But that's an interesting like variation on this dynamic because that's Gonzo and Pepe because we don't there's currently no Rizzo. So it feels like if it had been made however many years ago, it would absolutely be Gonzo and Rizzo, but it's yeah, Gonzo and Pepe with
Yeah,
so
but it
it's
is
a
Although,
kind of like when you're like in middle school and you have a best friend, but like your best friend has another best friend, maybe at a different school. And then
yeah,
when
yeah.
when the three of you get together, do the two like side best friends get along or do they hate each
Right.
other?
yeah, yeah. Well, although I'll say
Huh.
that the reason that I think you need Pepe in that like ill-fated husband role in Haunted Mansion. I don't think you can have
Well,
Rizzo be the guy who gets seduced like by the Widowmaker
right, because
character, right? Like, doesn't make any sense.
yeah, Pepe is
Rizzo's
the
Rizzo's not horny, he's hungry,
right,
you
yeah, Pepe
know?
is the
Like,
lusty guy.
yeah,
So I guess, yeah, then maybe if they had made it, in 2013 or whatever, it would have been all three of them, maybe in the haunted house, the haunted
yeah,
mansion.
maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Anthony, anything else from these 2 minutes?
No, I think we kind of glossed over that Gonzo tells the penguin that the hors d'oeuvres need more paprika on them, which
Yeah.
is such an interesting thing to say in the middle of the party. Like, he's already serving that food. He's not going to
Yeah,
add more seasoning now, Gonzo.
you're
Come on.
right. Yeah, that's
Just
and
paprika on top.
Yeah, right, right.
huh. Yeah, I had not thought about that. Is the penguin, I guess, taking them back to the kitchen and sprinkling paprika and then coming back outside?
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh. And is this a catering company of penguins? And if so, why didn't he express to them that he wants plenty of paprika
Earlier.
yeah, when they started? Huh. Yeah, I hadn't thought of any of this. You've given me a lot to think about.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
I have a couple of comments from listeners. Did we say we're calling these listener signs on the beach this season?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Why not?
Um, we did talk about Rizzo's jacket on a recent episode, but I just wanted to credit listener Kyle, who I believe was the first person on the Tough Pigs Discord to identify the jacket Rizzo is wearing. This is the one that says Rat Panic. I think before we actually identified it on the podcast, he had already mentioned that on the Discord. Also, we talked about the scene where Gonzo tells Rizzo that his cereal has spelled out, "Are you there?" And Rizzo asks him if he's sure it didn't say, "You need help." Listener, I don't know how to say this username, CJSA exclamation point S exclamation point 23, um, commented to let us know in the trailer there is an alternate version of that joke where Gonzo tells Rizzo about his cereal saying, "Are you there?" And Rizzo replies, "Are you sure it didn't say, 'Are you nuts?'"
Hmm.
Which is a better
That's
joke, I
that's a little
think.
better. Yeah, they should have gone with that.
Yeah, I don't know why they changed it or why they chose the other one. Um, so yeah, that was it for the listener signs on the beach. So, Marissa, we are asking all of our guests 2 questions. The first one being, what's your history with this movie?
This one actually has a kind of a special place in my heart because it came
Hmm.
out the summer before I went to college. I saw it like theatrically and it was fine. But then I went to college and like that first semester I didn't really have a easy time like meeting people. It's like
Uh,
being
Sure.
kind of quiet and nerdy. Like how do you find the other quiet and nerdy people?
yeah.
And it took me a while and my birthday is in January and I remember feeling that I really like found my people when I had a group of friends and they said, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" And I said, "I wanted to rent Muppets from Space and just like watch it." And they were like, "Hell yeah."
Nice.
So that was like my like sign that I finally found like where I belonged in college.
Oh, I love
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's
That
great.
rules.
And then our other question is, what is your favorite sci-fi movie or TV show or book series or what have you?
So I was thinking about it and my choice is Minority Report. Did
No,
anyone
that's a
say
great
Oh,
that?
answer.
And no one said it yet?
No,
no, no one
no,
has said
no one
that.
I'm
has
really
said it.
surprised that
No,
you guys like aren't getting repeats. But
not
it's
yet. Yeah, this is our 11th episode, so we're still relatively
okay,
new.
Yeah,
so
true.
I claim it.
Yeah,
No, it's like Spielberg working in like God mode,
yeah, it
and
rules. I agree.
a
Love it.
lot of the stuff that was in there like kind of came to pass. Like thinking of the ads that follow you and track
Oh
you.
yeah.
And like some of it doesn't even really look that futuristic anymore, like the clear workspaces and touch screens. It was all very
Right.
frustrating.
Yeah, that's
That's the
true.
kind of thing where I have to think there were tech people who saw that movie and thought, "Oh, we should make,
The things
you
look
know,
like Minority Report.
yeah, exactly, interfaces that look like that." Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
then they made it happen, or they're starting to make it happen.
And then
Um,
Tom Cruise, I feel like I kind of like him better when he's not indestructible. Like I like the Mission Impossible movies, but I kind of like him running down the hallway chasing after his own eyeballs
The
better.
eyeball, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
He really gets like knocked around. And Samantha Morton's great. I love it all around.
She's wonderful. I actually just rewatched that like this summer for the first time
hmm.
in, I don't know, 15 years or something,
Hmm.
probably.
It's good stuff.
And it's really great. And I was delighted to see that it holds up. I forgot that Lois Smith's name is Iris in it, which is my daughter's name.
Oh, yeah,
So that's great.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so great choice. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me that Minority
yeah,
Report exists.
yeah. That's a good one. That makes me want to, yeah, rewatch it too. Now, I think a lot about Spielberg run around that time because was AI War of the Worlds and Minority Report all like
No,
consecutive?
no, it's AI in '01, and then Minority Report and Catch Me If You Can in '02.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
man.
And
And then War of the Worlds in oh no, and then there's some Terminal and then War of the Worlds in '04 and '05.
oh, okay. The Terminal
Yeah,
is
Terminal's in there,
I
but
think I like the Terminal more than most people do, but I will still admit that it's not at the level of those other
yeah, it's the worst of that
movies.
run. Yeah. And
But
then
still, that's really
Yeah, like
good.
I would have been like another good choice. Although yeah, the scene where she like takes him to the woods and lets him go was
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's too much. It's
too
you know,
much.
I love AI. I do, I love it, but I feel differently about all of that as a parent than I did when it first came out.
Oh yeah,
You
sure. I can
know,
imagine.
like I don't know. My kids have not seen AI yet. Although I don't know, feels like something Miles might like in a few years. He loves Close Encounters of the Third Kind,
Oh, that's
you
cool.
know,
Well, how
so I
does he
don't know.
do with, sad
Well,
sad stuff in movies?
Yeah,
you know,
my
it's
kid cannot.
sure he usually does okay as long as it I don't know. I don't know because he loves ET. That's like one of his top
Oh, okay.
favorite
Okay,
movies.
then he can
But
handle.
ET, like the first time my kids watched that, both of them, it when he's almost dead, they were so sad. They're both sobbing.
Yeah.
But the fact that he just like springs back to life and like yells "ET phone home,"
Hell
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're both just like, "Yeah, let's go," like they just it like cured them of being sad immediately, you know. And AI does not have anything like that, you know.
And yeah, my
No,
kid
not.
cannot handle like kids in peril. And I think
Yeah.
Mm.
that's like the entirety of AI. But even we went to go see the Fantastic Four movie this year, and she was like, "That baby's gonna die."
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no,
That
oh
baby is in
no,
danger. That's true.
oh no. You know who's
Huh.
awesome in AI? Teddy.
Teddy,
Yeah.
I
David,
l-
and
I
Jude Law
love that.
is like
That's
also
actually
Jude Law.
the moment I
Yeah,
was thinking of when I asked if Miles can handle sad stuff was Teddy saying I will break because
yeah, right,
that's
right.
heartbreaking.
It's very sad. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jude Law too. That I don't know if that's the first time I ever saw him, although I feel like it might be because I
Hmm.
definitely hadn't seen Talented Mr. Ripley yet, or some of
Yeah.
that earlier stuff, Gattaca, and um, he's so good in
yeah, he's
AI.
another one that's like better and he's like scruffed up a little. Like he was
Yeah,
in the Skeleton Crew recently.
sure.
He's like
Yeah,
that's the mode I want him working in, like
yeah.
Jude Law.
Did you see Road to Perdition?
Yeah, yeah, they really like
He's
dirty him up
he's
in
such a scumbag in that, man.
that.
He's so good. He has like gross janky fingernails and stuff.
Yeah, they're like yellow.
Huh.
Ah, what a picture.
Yeah, okay. Well, that was a great answer. And a good conversation starter, as it turned out. But with that, then we can wrap things up for this week. As always, we want to thank Morgan Davy for our show's logo and Jordan Brandon for our show's theme song. Listeners, you can find Tough Pigs on the internet at toughpigs.com. We're all over social media as well as TeePublic and Patreon. You can chat with other Muppet nerds on the Tough Pigs Discord server. Anthony is on Blue Sky at Durwood Clapper. I am on Blue Sky at Me Ryan Rowe. Anthony is on Letterboxd at Zeppo Marxist. I am on Letterboxd at Movies Are Neat. Marissa, thank you again so much for joining us.
Thanks, and I'm on Letterboxd at Mar2Go, but it's MAR_TO_GO.
There you go. That was my next question. Is there anywhere else people can find you online?
Yeah, and I'm also on Blue Sky as Mardigo, but there's no underscores in that one.
Okay, so listeners, seek that out, and don't forget to join us again next week for another episode of Moving Right Along. And until then, don't cut the cake. Or should I have said build a jacuzzi?
No, it's good. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.